Well, hello YouTube. It's Terry here in my grotto. It's Wednesday night. A little bit of mild weather. Finally, sun came out today. The other few days, the sirens were going off in my neighborhood. There was tornado warning, and we all locked ourselves in the bathroom for several minutes. Kind of scary, but we dodged it. There was no damage where I live, so thank goodness. Those Texas weather, those things, those are scary. The sky is like emerald green when the tornado is nearby. Ugh. I'm drinking some Merlot, a little pairing, and I'm smoking some Ennerdale and Dr. Grable White Spade. Now this is a pipe I got from Professor Walker. Nice little pipe. I like this pipe because there's no filter. There's a screw and there's moisture. You just wipe it down and screw it back up. The only problem with this pipe, I think I've shown you this before, is that it's heavily ghosted with some sort of aromatic. I don't know what that taste is. I couldn't get rid of it, so this pipe is now my aromatic pipe. So what better aromatic to smoke than the Ennerdale? And a few weeks back, when I was in Austin area, I stopped by Pipe World in Round Rock, and I picked up this pen. I smoked it at the store, and I didn't bring a pipe. Well, I did bring a pipe, but I didn't want to ghost my pipe, so I bought a corn cob and I smoked it. And Ennerdale, as you know, is very, I guess heavily laced with Lakeland essence. I've always wanted to try it. And this one's basically Weber Virginia Burley with sun-dried tobacco flavored with almond, vanilla, and fruit. Now I do taste the almonds, I don't know about almonds, but it's sort of a nutty taste if I concentrate real hard. The vanilla, not sure. And fruit. Now when I first opened that tin, I did not expect the fruit flavoring, and it really spun me for a loop. I didn't know what that taste was doing with this Lakeland essence, but I jarred it up, and after a couple of weeks, I think it kind of settled down, and I don't really taste the fruitiness of it. And I do enjoy the Lakeland. I was kind of, to be honest, I didn't know what to think with that fruity essence that they're talking about. So I kind of reserved my opinion. And as I'm smoking through this blend through different pipes, I find that a ghosted pipe actually dampens all the heaviest Lakeland essence, kind of masks it. So I kind of like it that it's not too overpowering. And of course, Samuel Gawith, their Virginia component is just, the European Virginias are always better than, in my opinion, better handled than the domestic version here. And of course, the smokiness, I suppose, coming from the burley. That floral Lakeland essence coming through as you retrohale. Really nice. I enjoy it. Now, would I buy this again? I'm gonna make this tin last. I don't think I'm gonna be getting anyone if I ever purchase it again after I finish this, probably ounce or two when it's available. That's about it. let's just say it's not my go-to, but I'm not saying I don't like it. Actually, I do like it. There is some sweetness, in the side smoke. I don't really taste any sweetness in the taste of it, and I like that. I like the Virginia to be sweet and tangy, but this is not this blend is not for that. So the kids were on break, so I took the family to New York City. Just I came back, had a wonderful time, saw a few Broadway shows, went to Central Park. The whole trip we were threatened with a storm. It was following us from Texas all the way to New York. It was cold the first few days, and then it got decent sunny day at Central Park. It was just picture perfect. Of course, the fountain wasn't turned on because it's still the winter over there. So, but got to go on that Bow Bridge. I in my opinion, that's one of the most romantic spot ever. I took some photos there. I just love that scenery. So one of the concerns is back of your mind, the safety is always a priority. Whether you're riding a subway, or walking down Times Square, you don't want to be a victim of some violence or anything like that. None of that happened, and to be honest, pre and post COVID New York for me seems like two different worlds. Just a few years back, I remember people in New York were were your normal rude New Yorkers. That's how they are. That's just how they carry themselves. But post COVID, post pandemic New York, everybody was nice. Public places, people were into the attendance to the play. Before we went to other plays, we were just like cattle in a drive. Shuffled into this theater. This time around, there were a lot of people, but the attendants were very, very being attentive. They were very service oriented. They're very nice. Showed you where your seats are. It's just over what I'm used to in that city. Even the Chinese restaurants we went, typically they just throw the food at you, but people were, the waiters and the owners were just overly nice. Every restaurant we went, people were just super nice. Even the bus drivers were nice. There was no craziness in the subway. There was no protest in Times Square. I don't know what happened. It was just such a wonderful trip. I suppose when you're in dire straits, when tourism is what you rely on for your livelihood, and some it gets taken away all of a sudden, you realize how precious those tourism dollars become, and people are just become more nicer, I suppose. I don't know. That's just my speculation, but I'm glad people are nicer these days, and of course can't say that for everywhere around the world. That weighs heavily on me as things gets uglier and uglier around the world. So just smoking this pipe just kind of brings everything back home, and how good we have it here in America. And with that, I rambled on for 10 minutes. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Happy smokes.